Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stuti series, continuing with Rudra Gita. Today, shloka number 66, chapter 24, canto 4. Pramattamucchairiti kritya chintaya
प्रमत्तमुच्चैरिति कृत्य चिन्तया
pravriddhalobham vishayeshu lalasam
प्रवृद्धलोभं विषयेषु लालसम्
त्वमप्रमत्तः सहसाभिपद्यसे
त्वमप्रमत्तः सहसा विपद्यसे
शुल्लेलिहानो हिरिवाकुमन्तकः
शुल्लेलिहानो हिरिवाकुम् अन्तकः.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Pramattam,
प्रमत्तम्,
persons who are mad.
persons who are mad.
Uchchaihi,
उच्चैः,
loudly.
loudly.
Iti,
इति,
thus.
thus.
Kritya,
कृत्य,
to be done.
to be done.
Chintaya,
Chintaya,
by such desire.
by such desire.
Pravriddha,
Pravriddha,
very much advanced.
very much advanced.
Lobham,
Lobham,
greed.
greed.
Vishayeshu,
Vishayeshu,
in material enjoyment.
in material enjoyment.
Lalasam,
Lalasam,
so desiring.
so desiring.
Tvam,
Tvam,
your lordship.
your lordship.
Apramattaha,
Apramattaha,
completely in transcendence.
completely in transcendence.
Sahasa,
Sahasa,
all of a sudden.
all of a sudden.
Abhipadyase,
Abhipadyase,
seizes them.
seizes them.
Krut,
Shud,
hungry.
hungry.
Lelihanaha,
Lelihanaha,
by greedy tongue.
by greedy tongue.
Ahihi,
Hahihi,
snake.
snake.
Eva,
Eva,
like.
like.
Akum,
Akum,
mouse.
mouse.
Antakaha,
Antakaha,
destroyer.
destroyer.
Translation. My dear Lord,
My dear Lord,
all living entities within this material world
all living entities within this material world
are mad after planning for things,
are mad after planning for things,
and they are always busy with the desire to do this or that.
and they are always busy with their desire to do this or that.
This is due to uncontrollable greed.
This is due to uncontrollable greed.
The greed for material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity.
The greed for material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity.
But your Lordship is always alert,
But your Lordship is always alert,
and in due course of time you strike him,
and in due course of time you strike him,
just as a snake seizes a mouse
just as a snake seizes a mouse
and very easily swallows him.
and very easily swallows him.
Reading from the purport. Everyone is greedy, and everyone makes plans for material enjoyment. In his lust for material enjoyment, the living entity is described as a madman. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.27, Prakrite kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashah ahankaram vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are in actuality carried out by nature. Everything is enacted by the laws of nature, and these laws are under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The atheists, or unintelligent men, do not know this. They are busy making their own plans, and big nations are busy expanding their empires. And yet we know that in due course of time, many empires have come into existence and been destroyed. Many aristocratic families were created by people in their extreme madness. But we can see that in the course of time, those families and empires have all been destroyed. But still, the foolish atheists do not accept the supreme authority of the Lord. Such foolish people unnecessarily concoct their own duties without referring to the supreme authority of the Lord. The so-called political leaders are busy making plans to advance the material prosperity of their nation. But factually, these political leaders only want an exalted position for themselves. Due to their greed for material position, they falsely present themselves as leaders before the people and collect their votes, although they are completely under the grips of the laws of material nature. These are some of the faults of modern civilization. Without taking to God consciousness and accepting the authority of the Lord, the living entities become ultimately confused and frustrated in their plan-making attempts. Due to their unauthorized plans for economic development, the price of commodities is rising daily all over the world, so much so that it has become difficult for the poorer classes and they are suffering the consequences. And due to lack of Krishna consciousness, people are being fooled by so-called leaders and plan makers. Consequently, the sufferings of the people are increasing. According to the laws of nature, which are backed by the Lord, nothing can be permanent within this material world. Therefore, everyone should be allowed to take shelter of the Absolute in order to be saved. In this regard, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram yajnitapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam nyatva shantim richati. The sage who knows me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. If one wants peace of mind and tranquility in society, he must accept the fact that the real enjoyer is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord is the proprietor of everything all over the universe, and he is the supreme friend of all the living entities as well. By understanding this, people can become happy and peaceful individually and collectively. Krishna is called Anandamayo Bhyasa. This is actually from the Vedanta Sutra, this particular aphorism, 1.1.12. Of course, Mayavadis interpret it differently. So, there's nothing wrong with having an enjoying mentality. Because that enjoying mentality is there in Krishna. So if we are part and parcel of Krishna, then we too will have that enjoying mentality. The only question is, where are you trying to enjoy and how are you trying to enjoy? Krishna is also pleasure seeking. That is why one of his Shaktis is the Halladini Shakti, represented as Srimati Radharani. So it's not surprising we also have this tendency to seek enjoyment. Where is this tendency coming from? It's coming from Krishna. So the question is, what kind of happiness are we seeking? Where are we seeking this happiness? Since we are all in this material world, we are trying to seek that happiness which is temporary. And that is our downfall. We keep chasing something that is temporary, that is just going to vanish in the air at the time of death. You know, none of us was born with a whole lot of jewelry and wealth. We came in with nothing and we're going to leave with nothing, with one exception. Karna was born with his kundala and kavacha. But otherwise, ordinary human beings are born with nothing and they're going to go with nothing. The only thing you're going to take with you is your pious credits, your papas, and your sukriti, anything spiritual that you did. So the fact that we're trying to seek permanent happiness in the material world is not very intelligent, because everything is going to go back to nothing at the time of death. You're not going to take your child with you. You're not going to take your wealth with you. You're not going to take your education with you. You're not going to take your certificates with you. You're not going to take anything with you. So for that, we're struggling so hard for happiness, knowing fully well you're not going to take anything with you. If that is not a sign of ignorance, what is? That we're so caught up in life, chasing things. So what kind of enjoyment and where you're trying to seek this enjoyment? For a devotee, the enjoyment comes from serving the Lord. We don't look for anything else. Whatever Krishna gives, whatever he chooses to take away, we're happy, we're content. As long as we have Krishna in our life, we are content. Yatvamam shantam richati. How can you have happiness if you don't first have peace of mind? Peace of mind is the first step towards happiness. That peace of mind has to be vested in Krishna. Here, Lord Shiva is saying in the shloka that the individual jivatma thinks he is the sole doer. He doesn't understand that the ultimate doer is the Lord himself, because the Lord has to sanction your happiness, your distress. Everything has to be sanctioned by the Lord. The Lord is the ultimate doer. We are just one of the doers. We are one of the kartas. What is the best way in which we can dovetail our desires to Krishna's desires? Nimitnamatram bhavasavya saci. So we just have to become an instrument in the hands of Krishna. I was listening to a short video yesterday, one of the South Indian Vaishnava, very well-known Vaishnava, he was saying, there are two times that a guru comes into your life. The first time he comes to plant the seed of Harinam in your heart. And as you're performing your sadhana, and as you perfect your sadhana, the second time that the guru comes is when you have become a proper instrument. Then the guru himself will come to utilize you in Krishna's service. So I thought that was interesting, in the sense that the devotees or the disciples' duty is to make themselves ready to become an instrument in the hands of their guru. So, for example, Narada Muni gives the mantra to Valmiki, and he left. But he knew that Valmiki, through the process of chanting that mantra, is going to do something far greater. Talk about the Lord's pastimes, as Lord Ram. So the first time Guru comes is to plant the seed. The second time, when you perfect your sadhana, when you have achieved that purity in consciousness, then you become nimittamatram in the hands of your Guru. So that is when you get engaged in services, because Guru has to give you some credit. No, he doesn't want to take the credit all for himself. He will give you something that you will do that will please the Lord. That is the role of Guru. Guru doesn't think only about himself. Let me perfect myself. He thinks, let all my disciples be engaged in the service of the Lord. In this way, may the Lord be pleased, and may the Lord accept them back into his home. So Krishna is teaching us how not to get entangled in the Bhagavad Gita. He is saying, work for me. Understand that I am the proprietor. I am the ultimate enjoyer. I am your best friend. So very clearly, Krishna is telling us how to not be tangled in this material world. So in a small nation, in the smallest country in this entire planet Earth, there are laws, rules, regulations, government, etc. So if a small nation can have rules, regulations, then definitely the universe will also have rules and regulations that we are meant to follow. This in our culture is called dharma. So the laws are there everywhere, and we are bound by these laws. In the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that if you do anything at all without faith in Him, then everything will become asat. It is temporary. You only expended a lot of energy in doing all of these tapas and dana and austerities, etc., the yajnas, etc. But if you don't have faith in the Lord, it will not yield any results. Those results will be asat, temporary. So many, as Prabhupada says in the purport, so many nations empires have come and gone. Where are all those rulers? Where is Alexander the Great? Where is Hitler? Where is Mussolini? They all were trying to conquer. But ultimately, time conquers them, as we discovered yesterday. Time in the shape of death. In the Bhagavatam, the 7th canto, the 5th chapter, the 31st shloka. It says what our ultimate goal is. So if you want that Nityananda, we are all actually chasing Ananda. We should be chasing Nityananda, that eternal happiness, that eternal bliss. Nate vidu swartha gathim bhi vishnum durashaya ye bahir artha maninaha andhayatandhair upaniyamanaha tepisha tantriam urudamni baddha. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru a similar blind man attached to external sense objects, cannot understand that the goal of life is to return home back to Godhead and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. Nate vidu swartagathim hi Vishnu. Our ultimate goal in life, actually our only goal, why ultimate? Only goal is to go back home and serve Krishna there. As blind men guided by another blind man miss the right path and fall into a ditch, materially attached men led by another materially attached man are bound by the ropes of fruit and labor, which are made of very strong cords. And they continue again and again in materialistic life, suffering the threefold miseries. This is the difference between a devotee and a demon. A demon is chasing material things, temporary happiness. Somehow or the other, he is fooled into thinking that by doing that, everything will be perfected. Life itself will be perfect. But that is not the case, because Prahlad Maharaj says, Matirna Krishne parata svato va mito bhipadyeta griha pratana padanta gobhir vishatam tamisram punaf charvita. Charvananam. What is the problem? So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life make progress toward hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Their inclinations towards Krishna are never aroused, either by instructions of others, by their own efforts, or by a combination of both. So we are chasing something that we've already chased before in another life, and we're chewing something that we've already chewed before, but the same thing that is chewed and spit out, we pick it up and chew it again, thinking we're going to extract some more juice out of it. So this is that Punarapi. So like this, we've had endless lifetimes of trying to enjoy ourselves separate from Krishna. So the question is, how to enjoy yourself? We can only enjoy ourselves truly. That Nityananda comes when we dovetail our desires with Krishna's desires. Anything that we do to please Krishna pleases him. So he is called Bhavagrahi Janardana. He is not looking for your perfection. He is looking for your bhava, your intent, your emotions towards him. If you have sincere love for Krishna, see, anybody can love Krishna. Of course, in love, there is different levels of perfection. And Srimati Radharani is the most perfect lover of Krishna. Krishna doesn't say, you achieve that level of Krishna Prema before I'll take you back. Krishna Prema is nice. It's a wonderful goal to strive for. But we need not worry about it. By pleasing Guru, Prabhupada says in one of the purports, by simply pleasing the Guru, by following his instructions sincerely, we not only get the Guru's mercy, we also get Krishna's mercy. In this way, we can all go back to Krishna. So here, what is Lord Shiva saying? I am witnessing all of these jivatmas chasing so many endless desires because of uncontrollable greed. And this greed, Lord Shiva is saying, exists in all of the jivatmas. But my dear Lord, you are so alert. You know how to knock down these jivatmas. Just like Prabhupada used to use this analogy, the mouse makes great arrangements. It digs a nice hole so it can live very safely with its family. But what happens? The snake just comes inside, occupies the house, and swallows the mouse. This is time. So similarly, the Lord simply swallows all your endless desires in the form of death. Then your desires are chopped off right then and there. Then you take another birth, and then again, your desires are manifested again. Your endless desires. So if our desire is to please Krishna, then all of the other desires will be replaced with just our goal of seeking pleasure by serving our Guru, and hence pleasing Guru and also pleasing Krishna.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.